All right. Good morning, everybody. It's the Truth Serum. It's a talk show. I'm trying to build up a talk show and have a little fun here. It's not your traditional. This is a talk show. It's not a mob talk show. I've done a lot of mob videos, but it's not. I like to rock and roll with the people that come in here and I interact. Nobody else does that unless you pay for them other guys. But I'm a grassroots guy. I like to socialize, and this is fun for me. So it's the Truth Serum. Thank you, folks, for all the new folks that come in here. I hope I can be entertaining enough. I hope I can give you interesting stories, and maybe I can make you laugh a little bit on the way. So that's that, Super Mario comes in here. I talk to him all the time. Good dude. Been riding with me. The New York Jets 15. Come in, ride with me. I talk to the people. We're rising up. Just like the Jeffersons. We're moving on up. So that's what we do it. Michael K's in here. We got enough room on this bus, so come on. Let's rock and roll here. Let's rock and roll. And one guy put in the comment, "Oh, when you make it big, don't forget about me." Like what do you want me to do? Send you a check? When you make it big, don't forget about I give you guys entertainment. Don't forget about me. There's a tip jar here. That little chiseler, whoever he was, unsubscribe if you subscribe, bro. Please forgive me, folks. I try to display love and compassion on this show, but unsubscribe. When you make it big, I'm lucky I could eat a bologna sandwich. My car's screwed up. Here, let me play a violin. And then the guy's talking about when you make it big, don't forget about us. I never asked for a nickel after 450 videos. You got these weasels that still got their communion money. Don't unsubscribe. Please forgive me, folks. Sometimes I just get a little crazy here, but all right. So, yeah. Get lost. Go watch Mike Franzese and get your credit card out. That's all. Here, for the Truth Serum, there's a tip jar. Here, don't forget the tip jar. What the hell? That's my coffee, but, don't forget about us. Oh, these weasels, greedy weasels. Yeah. Thank you, New York Jets 15, for your support. Good guy. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to guilt somebody into doing all this or that. I have fun along the way, and my numbers are my numbers, and I'll grow the traditional way on YouTube, get 1,000 subs, get monetized or however that goes, get ads. I'm going to rise up. I hope. I hope. So, Joey Merlino did a real good video interview with that Michael Cagnon. Real good interview. And Mike Franzese is still selling that wine over there. And that was a funny short. So if you guys look up that Mike Franzese short, he's trying to tell the people how to pour the wine. God bless him too. God bless him. So the hell are we gonna talk about? I wanted to tell the story of Degenerate. Is that in the thumbnail? Degenerate. My mind is shot, folks. I'm 60 years old. Oh, you know what? No slurping either. No wooden hangers. I usually use the electric razor, but it's not a real close shave. So I use the traditional razor blade razor. And man, my whole face, I got sensitive skin. So my whole face, I had to wait for a half an hour because my whole face had red blotches on it. I must have sensitive skin. This beautiful olive complexion skin is quite sensitive. All right, 5 minutes in here. What? Oh, here, this is and I was talking about the last videos with athletic, playing sports and everything. But I went to the club. All right, let's get into the juice. 5 minutes in. Let's get into the juice. these guys would sit around. They would drink and they would do whatever, just non-eventful stuff. But they oh, thank you, Jets. And there was a replay of some kind of game, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and 3, 4 guys hanging around, watching the game. A lot of times I'd hang out, uh, have a little fun. The mafia and all that stuff's just not. People hanging out. People are people. They're not mobsters. They're people. Okay, let's get that established. Mike Franzese and other people are people. They just happen to be in that line of work. Okay, so just hanging out, just like you would hang out with your friend watching the game, and the guys getting these guys put down some alcohol once in a while or a lot of times, and they already knew the results of the game. And the guy comes in, degenerate gambler, but he always had pockets, deep pockets. So he says, Mike, what do you like on that? Who do you like? They already know what the game was. It was some kind of thing. And they all look at each other, and he's going, what do you want to put down on the game? And now I was off in the front a little bit, but I'm filling in the dialogue for you, okay? I'm filling in the dialogue. But I they bet 1,000, 2,000. They bet on the game, whatever the points were. But I come in and I look up and I go, and I was about to say, oh wow, San Fran really stomped the crap out of this, and the guy and the guy back was going, and they're squeezing the game, like rooting for the game, and oh my gosh, and so I'm thinking, a guy comes out to the front. I says, well, he'll find out later on, somehow in the mix, that game was played 5 days ago or something. That game was played. He'll find out down the road. And they go, it's no big deal. Is the guy dangerous or what? Will he, if he does, you'll just give him the money back and laugh about it. I was like, these guys were, there was a guy, Frank Elf had a bookmaking thing years ago, and they used to try to do what they call pass post. Like, you'd already know the results. Now football, that'd be hard back then or whatever. But for horse racing, the results would be up, and the guy would like the first race or second race, then the guy would try to put in a late bet, and he'd be at the track, a payphone, and then he'd call a place right across the street from the bookie pool hall, and he'd say, all right, the 4 won the first race, and the daily double was 4 and 2, and he'd run across the street and say, yeah, I want a $10 double 4-2, and they would try to pass post the bookie when they already, how nice, you already know the results, yeah. But Frank L was very sharp, and he caught on to that pretty quick. I mean, the guys make 2 bets in a month and they catch him, but you had all kinds of degenerate gamblers just trying to, Joey Merlino was talking about they did some kind of heisters. They did some job. They had $350,000, and it was gone in 2 days. $350,000. It was gone in 2 days. There was a lot of degenerate gamblers running around, and it got a lot of guys in trouble. It got a lot of guys whacked. it made a lot of guys cooperate with the FBI. Now there's informants. Paul D412. There's informants that will inform, but they would never be. Then there was people that would cooperate, and they would be willing to go on the witness stand. I think that's more or less, yeah. And I was approached years ago by a guy I knew, a Mama Luke, and I was running around hustling. I was moving some marijuana and everything, and I never had anybody. I never did anything really, unless it was my close friends. I didn't want traffic. I was always out in the streets doing my hustle, unless there was a couple guys for certain reasons. They would come to my place. There's no traffic, anything like that. There's a guy, this Mama Luke, who my father, there's a backstory to it. In Brooklyn, my father was a commercial artist, and my father, whatever business deal he had with this Mama Luke, this Mama Luke's father, whatever, it went bad or anything. And then fast forward, coincidentally, years later, here's this kid, and then it's me selling herb. So they can deputize you to be law enforcement, and then if you sell to them, you're selling to law enforcement, which is a bigger charge or something. And this Mama Luke comes knocking on my door. Oh, I heard her. I says, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I asked Ricky. I saw Ricky at the track or something, and he said, "Oh yeah, if you." I says, "I don't know any what Ricky, whatever." I said, "He just go somewhere else," and he's trying to be persistent, and I said, so I'm trying to be nice, and I know that he's thinking in his mind too that my father might have got the best of him or something. My father was a commercial artist. This Mama Luke's father, they had a liquor store, and I think my father had to do a sign or something, but this chiseler tried to lowball my father or something like that, and there's a backstory. So here's the two sons years later, me and this bum, and he's trying to set me up selling herb, Philly Bob. So he's trying to set me up. And then after a while, I says, hey, because he lived like 4 doors down the street. I says, I'm trying to be nice, bro. You ever come foot on this property again, I'm going to smash you up. Go back and tell your boys and all that, whatever. Nice try. Because this kid got in some kind of trouble. He got in some kind of trouble. I don't know what it was. He was stupid. He was a knucklehead. And he probably says, oh, let me go get this Joe. I'll set this Joe up or whatever. It wasn't working. And and I told him. And then he'd even come to the racetrack once in a while and say, Joe, come on, just $10 worth or to try. And I'm thinking, what? How nuts? Just nuts, completely nuts. So they would deputize these civilians and try to bait somebody into a deal, and then they would add a charge on dealing with law enforcement, stuff like that, and you see with these degenerate gamblers that in these crews, they got behind on a lot of money, and sometimes it was just, they go into the witness protection, and they ruin their lives. Some of them just said, I know I'm gonna get. They took it on the chin, whatever they took it, however that works. I'm not into any. I'm not in the know on any of that stuff. So what else we got here? Yeah, I mean the gambling in these crews is such a. It's in the DNA when you're at the club. What about this game? Oh, that no good bum. He dropped the ball on the one. It's just gambling's embedded. And or somebody asked me, were the women allowed in the club? No, they didn't want the women in the clubs. They don't want the women in the club. If the club might be in the back, there'd be a restaurant. Of course, women could frequent the bar area and the restaurant area, but they didn't want any women in the club. No. All the guys said, "Oh, well, there was good." Well, the general consensus or the general history, it wasn't, and girlfriends and guys cheating and all that. Yeah, it was happening. A lot of hoe masters running around, a lot of guys running, trying to bed down anything that's moving, but they didn't want it. Sam the boss used to get peed off about it. They would come, ask me questions. Where's Ricky? Where's Johnny? I'm in the parking lot smoking a cigarette. And girlfriends, I'd say you're not welcome here. Don't even go in the restaurant looking for the club. Don't even go in there. Don't go in there. He's married. He's got 2 kids. I know it's the guy's own personal business. He's a big boy, but law enforcement used to use women to try to trap. Sam the boss didn't like it. I mean, he was an older man. He's seen that in the past, how women try to do this or that. Hey, Roseanne. So women used to, when the big head listens to the little head, and then the guys get whacked out, and then they're drunk and they're talking about, and then they're trying to have bravado and macho, and they're drunk, their guard is down, and they're spilling the beans on incriminating things, and next thing you know, she's in there getting interrogated, and she wants to freaking faint, and next thing you know, she's telling everybody everything. So these hoes, WHORES, they're running around, and it's not good. It's not good. I got confronted a few times, and I was just thinking, nice try, Sally. Nice try. I don't have any problem attracting women. I don't need your while behind. I don't know what you're talking about. Move along. Move along. Keep the line moving. Keep it moving, folks. And you'd see all that. But the wives would come once in a while, interrogate me. And that's why I would tell some of these other guys, if you're going to use me as an alibi, let me in on it. Let me in on it. I got pretty keen and sharp with a wife would come over, but early on I was a little green, and I would be like, oh no, I haven't seen him in 3 days. And, and little did I know, this guy used me as his alibi while he was out trying to bed down every woman in the Northern Hemisphere. So I was like, so I had to tell them, and I don't like lying. I said, don't use me for an alibi where I got to lie. I don't like it. I'm not, no. Mm-mm. It's not my place. It is not my place. I'm not contributing to these maladaptive behaviors when these wives are visiting you guys in prison with young kids in tow, and they're crying in the parking lot, and in the meantime, you were out trying to bed down everything that had a pulse. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not going to be your alibi. Use somebody else for an alibi. So, because there was a few scenes at the club. There was a few scenes at the club. There was a scene at a nightclub somewhere else. There was a scene, and the guy that I was supposed to give a ride home with, I'm drinking Pepsi and everything, and I see him, and good-looking guy. Good-looking guy. He was a chick magnet. And he's in there and he's buying rounds for people and he's throwing money around and he's the life of the whole scene and he's rocking and rolling. He's got 3 freaking Babe Watch fine swimsuit models around him and he's loving it. And I'm standing there and I would talk to some common people that I just knew from around, not gangsters, just people. You talk general talk, regular people. And I look from afar. I see the wife come in and she's doing one of these. I see the wife come in and I'm supposed to say, hey, listen, pal, there's your wife. Get out of the mix. Get away from these women. And he's going, so he's running his game. He's running good game and he's throwing money around and everything is fun. And she comes in, boom, there's drink or water on the bar and his back is turned and these floozies don't know what his wife looks like. She come right up on him, grabbed him in the back of the hair, started hitting, grabbed the thing, threw a drink, threw the drink, half of it got on me, and bah, 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 bah. So I says, you're riding back home with her. You don't need a ride from me. I'm out. Boom. Exit stage left. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I didn't get my tip. So a couple days later, I'm up at the club. Here he is. He's hollering at me. You no good, bro. You saw my wife coming in there and you didn't even give me a heads up. He's screaming, I should smash your face and everything else. I said, it's not my place. It's not my place. I'm sorry. It's not my place. If you want to go around, do all this and that, because once upon a time, I remember her in the parking lot at the prison with her crying with the kids in tow and everything else. And you're out doing all this to a proper, loyal woman. Beautiful, too, that could have got any man she wanted. She's dealing, and he's screaming, you whatever. Listen, bro. I didn't say bro, listen, sir. But she already knows you're a whole master. She already knows. Holy cow. But they were loyal, faithful women. Loyal, faithful women to keep the family unit together. And he's screaming, I should smash your face in. And Sam comes over. What's going on? The boss. What's going on back here? And he's like, I said, I'm not saying nothing. And then the other guy was saying, your little whatever, insult me because me and Sam were close. Some of the guys were jealous. I don't know. But your little altar boy, whatever, didn't give me a heads up when my wife come in. And Sam looked at him and said, all right, come, Joe, go outside, have a smoke. Sam took him in the back and I started hearing hollering and everything. And then the guy left. Sam said, get the hell out of here. And then he left and I'm still out in the parking lot and he's going, and he's insulting me and threatening me and everything else. And I was like, this goes on. This just goes on with these guys. Geez. But there were proper guys, proper loyal guys that were family men, good Christians, family men, just like anybody else, proper upright guys. And they just happen to be in that line of work. So let's get that record straight too. And I was talking to another guy, friend of mine, good guy. And he was saying, you view these characters and mob characters in a certain light, and that's their whole DNA. You view these people like No, they're just people. They're people first, then mobsters after is like a friend. Well, were you scared when you had to? No, that was my buddy. That's my buddy. I'm not looking at him like, oh, yeah, you got to be careful about things, but just in human behavior and socialization, that's just your buddy. It's just your buddy. There's just regular civilians that are just as dangerous as anybody else on planet Earth. It's just the way it is. I understand that, yeah, you got to be a little careful, but I viewed it like that to an extent to be because I made mistakes. I made mistakes. I didn't know the Cosa Nostra rules, how you could talk to made men. I don't want to be a made guy. So I learned, but you don't see the new people that come in here. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support, but I'm a frustrated comic. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. Gare Zachariason. I like to laugh. I like to deal with the people that come in here. I'm a different niche. I peel the layers back. I try to throw a little niche in there, grassroots, and show the emotionality of this. It's just not Mike Franzese Hollywood Productions. It's just not what you're seeing. That's not the mob narrative. That's not the mob narrative. Okay, that's not any Mike Franzese. Forgive me, is nothing close to the mob. Nothing close to the mob. Nothing. He's an accountant doing something on the side, and he just had free reign to do what he wanted with the money making and all that. He's not that, and he's up there, whatever. God bless him, and whatever he does over there. God bless him. He's got to do what he's got to do. I got to do what I got to do. I'm way better than him. I'm way better than him as a talk show host, as a YouTube personality. I'm confident. You guys should be confident in what you do. I'm confident. I'm the number one talk show on planet Earth. While your numbers are like kind of small, big deal. You got to start somewhere. You folks are going to get promotions in your job or get into strong relationships with spouses and raise your game up. And I try to throw that in on my channel too. Raise your game up. I tell stories. This is a storytelling channel. And I try to add in some good morals and precepts to better people up. This is my fourth chance on life. So I've been dead and back. I got to throw some good juice into the people that come in here and make my late great mama proud. My mother didn't raise no gangster. My mama rose a good boy. I'm a mama's boy. I'm a mama's boy. I'm proud to say it. And that's what we do here. All that, and that's all good for their content. And that's it. They know the game. They're all hustlers. Go ahead. They got theirs. I'm going to get mine. The guy puts in the comment, oh, when you make it big, don't forget us. Don't forget us. I made 450 videos before I even put a link in to sell my book, your mama Luke. I mean, I try to show love and compassion and everything, but you get these guys. Now, that guy that put that comment in was probably very wealthy, very wealthy. He's got fish hooks in his pocket. There's dust on his credit card. And he goes, don't forget us. Really? I'm eating bologna sandwiches, doing 450 videos, trying to entertain you folks. And you got these guys in there. So unsubscribe. Try to keep the pool clean of freaking whatever. But that's understandable. That's what you're gonna get in this platform. So don't forget us. Some things just burn me up. Everybody wants everything for free. And it seems like the wealthier people want everything for free. And it's the lower demographic in a lower socioeconomic position that would donate or support, buy the book or hit the Cash App or whatever. Chiselers. But at the least, hit the like button, hit any button. Like I said, like, share, notification, and all that. I appreciate it. I'm rising up regardless. But them guys are selling their socks and underwear, and everybody's right up their butt like, well, I give out the best, and I get the least. But that's the way. That's life. I'm gonna keep throwing though. I'm gonna keep throwing. Left and right. And if I get monetized and I can go on to that level, then okay, maybe there'll be some financial benefit, But holy cow, don't forget the tip jar, folks. What the heck? Because there's going to be a point in time, I'm just turning the comments off. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Turn the comments off. That ain't going to be my niche anymore. I'll do channels. I'll get my ads. Boom. Thanks. They don't like it? Go somewhere else. There's a billion people out there that are just waiting to be subscribers. Philly Bob, when I say don't forget some of the word is blocked. Don't forget about when you say don't forget about us. You probably just I don't know what you're talking about, Philly Bob. Was it you that said it? Don't forget about us. Are you the Mama Luke that said it? Don't forget about us when you're big. What do you want me to send you a check for $50? Is that you, bro? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. I'm going to go back and check out I'm going to check it back out. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. You missed the whole point, bro. You missed the whole point. Go watch Netflix. Go watch The Sopranos. Go do whatever you want to. Go watch all them. Get your credit card out. That's all. That's all I was saying. Mr. H. Mr. H says, what would Franzese say about you if he knew about your channel? He'd say, oh, I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know him. And then somebody said, oh, well, he's going to be over here or something. Go search him out and go, oh, excuse me, Mr. Franzese. Oh, forget him. I'm bigger than him. He's a phony. I'm bigger than him. Why do I got to pansy up to him? Oh, remember me or whatever. Get lost. Get lost. I'm a talk show host. I'm the best. I'm better than him. You guys got to be confident. You don't kowtow down and submit to stuff. You are the best. You're the cream of the crop. Oh, go over here. Oh, do you remember me back in whenever? And he's gonna say no. He's gonna say no. And then plus you also got to remember that people don't want to remember anybody because they think they're informants and they're working and they're trying to trap people. You know, his guard is up. So, you remember, But he would remember me if I said, oh, what about when this happened with so-and-so and so-and-so? And he'd go, oh, yeah, you look like that guy. Sure, I've aged and everything. And then he'd go, oh, yeah, but, or maybe he just forgot because he did a lot of things and everything, so many interactions that who knows? He's 70 or something. So who knows? Yeah, go back in the comments and I want to know who was that clown. This is a little immature, folks. I want to know who was that clown that said, oh, don't forget about us. Don't forget about me. I'm rising up. I'm going to get who I get. Yeah, I try to have fun and be loyal to you people come in here and that. And there's only 3% of you guys that supported my channel, but you're supporting me with your views and the like button and all that. I get it. But then when you go out on some crazy stuff and now you're thinking financially back, really? I'm better than Netflix. So come on. Hey, Max Meeks, I got a new guy in here. Max Meeks, you watch the channel. This is how I do it. Thank you for coming in here. I shout out. I try to be nice and everything else. It's a mutual exchange, okay? It's a mutual exchange. I don't forget about you folks. I put out 450 videos, never asked for a penny, okay? What's wrong with people just greedy, 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 greedy? I'm not an old-time gangster that's got a $500,000 buried somewhere, okay? And even if I was, I'm still worth the product. I shouldn't have to explain this stuff. It's like talking to freaking third graders. But whoever that was, unsubscribe. You know who you are. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Forgive me, folks. I get a little, Thank you, Max. Where you from, Max? Yeah, you want to talk to Mike Franzese and them other guys? Get your credit card out. Get your credit card out. I'm here telling stories, and you have the opportunity to ask me a question about it. Oh, you're from Cleveland. Bob Fetty from Connecticut. A lot of money in Connecticut. He talked very much like you from Cleveland. I'm not a tough guy. My mother tried to raise a good boy with Christian precepts, spiritual precepts, and I love telling stories. So I did all those videos. I never asked for anybody, but it just peed me off when some knucklehead comes in there and says, "Oh, don't forget, get lost, get lost." He's probably got a financial portfolio worth over $1 million, and tell him, "Don't forget." Yeah, I'll send you a check for $50. Where do I send it? Come on, folks, please forgive me. It's the truth, sir. I mean, we try to think here a little more. We try to think. We try to promote thinking. Try to have fun and laugh, love and compassion, and all that kind of good stuff. It's unique. It's unique. So then somebody, well, I better not. I sometimes no. Forget about that. Forget about that. Yeah. Oh, now you're in Florida. I got family. Include you in. Yeah, it's interesting. Just fascinating stories, like a mystery story and everything. And people like the mob genre story, and people do like blood and guts and everything. But I could only do so many videos on that. And I could talk about I'm trying to be a good storyteller about other stories that aren't even related to the mob, because this is a talk show. That's all. I'm a frustrated talk show host, but I'm not a frustrated talk show host because I'm doing a talk show and I am the best on planet Earth. You're egotistically and you're pompous, Joe. No, I'm confident. We are from royal DNA. That's why I say be the kings and queens. We are royal DNA. You've been conformed and conditioned and socialized to just be sheep going to the slaughter. Yeah. Ivan Lord, thank you for your support. Jimi Hendrix? I'm going down to shoot my old lady. I caught her messing around with another man. Hey, Joe. I don't promote violence. Good day, sir. Good day. Thank you for that support, too, that you gave me. You were new on the scene. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So, be confident, folks. That's all. I was dead for a long time, life support, blah, blah, blah. So I want to institute that. I got to hold up my end of the bargain. I snuck through doing mob genre and stuff like that. But then I'm trying to just morph into a talk show, more of just a talk show with other type of current events and different things, and move up. I'm still in the infancy. Yeah, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, but this is just the infancy of my game plan and my market strategy. And then I will just do that. I'll have some guests, bang, bang, bang. Maybe I'll be in a studio someday. Maybe I'll be the best talk show for entertainer around. Whether I'm right or wrong, I'm going to have fun doing it. That's all. Here you got whacked for bad mouthing John Lennon. Wow. That's crazy, Max. So what else we got going on here? I appreciate your support, and please forgive me about ranting about that knucklehead that wanted me to send him money. Holy cow, what an ingrate. Jeez. And Mike Franzese, he's a hustler. Let him do it. Maybe, and I wasn't raised to bash. I was raised for unconditional love as Christians and don't judge, this and that. So, I had to use it. I did have those personal feelings too. And home opener, maybe the New York Yankees will have a good year. But I did that stuff, put him in the thumbnail. And then, yeah, I was PO'd when he was putting Mafia Boss in his thumbnails. Yeah, that's a flagrant foul. That's the worst you can. He knows better than that. And you Mike Franzese fans, just based on that, you could read a guy like that. A guy that's supposed to be so infused and in the mix of the Cosa Nostra, and then, he was doing something that he knew was so. You can't claim rank jump and say you were a mafia boss. They put a pin on him and said, go do this racket, So, that was yeah, Ivan, we're gonna keep going. And we've only just begun. Like the Carpenters. We've only just begun. Nah, Craven, welcome aboard. I was around, guys. I was a runaround guy, and that's that. I was a runaround guy. I wasn't made. I didn't do the ceremonial thing to get initiated into that fraternity. No, I didn't wanna. I was academically educated, dean's list, blah blah blah, and all of that. No, I didn't want to get caught up in that. Mm-mm. Most of the time, there's only two ways out: do life in prison or a pine box. No, I ain't signing up for that. I can make my money somewhere else. I don't need that. It was just a perfect storm for all the variables to line up. I was trying to sell steel and then try to make a couple extra dollars. It was just all the perfect things in place. And then all of a sudden, I'm in the middle of a hurricane and I'm going, I want to go home. You guys are going that way. I'm going this way. Have a safe trip. So thanks for joining Max Meeks, Craven. Where you from, Craven? Might I ask? Are you still there? All aboard? So that's that. I'm human. I get aggravated and frustrated. And, it was, where you're going with other guys' guns in your car. Yeah, they try to put a gun in my car. They're drunk sometimes. And then next thing you know, there's a gun under the seat. Or I'm trying to vacuum out my car and all whatever. I'm like, what's this? Oh, geez, it's a heater. Oh, I'm going right to the boss, Sam. Here's the gun. Go talk to your guy. Sanibel Island. I was out on Sanibel Island a long time ago, Max. Right from Fort Myers. You take that bridge from Fort Myers. One of my best friends in life from high school, they had a condo in Fort Myers, and we went out there. And Sanibel Island had the best seashells on planet Earth. Welcome aboard, Max. So yeah, Sanibel Island, beautiful. I got a couple stories now that I'm gonna do. Oh, that's cool, Max. Yeah, I like the. beautiful tropical island. And there was me and my buddy. There were some parties that would go on, and some of the local people that were in there that owned places would say, come on and party. You're on the beach, tiki bar, blah blah blah, and then they say, well, we're having a little party at our house, and you're welcome. And there's a crazy story. I got to remember that story. It's not mob related. Just I'm a storyteller. All right, that's all. And I'm an author. So that's that. Back to the degenerate gamblers. Boy, I tell you, some guys didn't really gamble that much, and they used a lot of that money to get involved in property and real estate and legitimate business, and they didn't get caught. They did it the right way. There were a lot of gangsters that did sail off into the sunset and made money in that life and just went out, got older. They didn't participate, and they just went out into the world and lived regular lives as smart businessmen, very smart businessmen. So yeah, that's the way it is. And what else we got? Yeah, I'm gonna tell just a regular story about me and my buddy and a goofy situation I got in over there. So that's that. Yeah, sometimes the connection stalls out and things freeze up and everything. So I appreciate your support, the new people that come in here, Max, Craven, and even the haters. Sometimes you get the fans from the other guys, and if I do a video about the other guys, they want to stick up. They want to stick up for their YouTube mob heroes. They want to stick up for them when these heroes, their heroes, wouldn't urinate on them if they were on fire. Their heroes, all they're trying to do is milk you for your freaking underwear and socks, and sell wine and cheese and pizzas and cookbooks while they're sitting on millions. They wouldn't urinate on these guys if they were on fire, and these knuckleheads are defending them. Go right ahead. I got swampland for sale. Okay, go right ahead. But I invite everybody. To come in here, troll, hate, whatever. Comments help my algorithm. Go ahead and hate. That's all. Go watch Mike Franzese and get your credit card out. That's all. I keep it real. It's the truth serum. Keep it real here. That's all. I'm not bought and paid for by nobody. I'd like to hear Mike Franzese tell an interesting story. Yeah. Now listen. But hey, he's got interesting stories as telling stories. But I'm for the underdog. I'm from the downtrodden. I'm for trying to raise people up. Go ahead and make all your money. Give some to charity. The Church of Mike. Give some to charity. That's all. I mean, am I so wrong for saying that? Give some to charity. 300 million, 500 million, gas tax scheme, Hollywood productions. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. Oh, look, Mingy, wow. Don't claim to be so Christian and spiritual and all that malarkey until you break ground on a homeless shelter or do something good. Joy Merlino don't have anywhere close to that kind of money. They raising money to try to give winter jackets, turkeys, and everything else. So that's that. New York City Crime Spot. Good to have you in here. You have an email. I'd love to have you hang out on a live stream one night if interested. Yeah, of course, if that's exposure, if you're not some kind of troll trying to trap me into something, I got to be careful. I appreciate that invite. Yes, Monty Joseph 537 at Gmail. Now, I don't want people sending me goofy emails, but whatever. Monte, Monte, Joseph 537. Do you have a channel, bro? New York. Well, obviously, you might have a New York City crime spot. I love that. Hang out and just give some, like a talk show, like what I'm doing right now. Monty Joseph 537 at Gmail. I've priced Michael's wine. Cha-ching. I understand. Everybody has a right. We're all big boys and girls, and we have a right to who we want to patronize and view and support. Oh, okay. All right, NYC. We all have a right. People are going to do what they're going to do. I look at things a little different as, okay, that's fine and dandy. Raise your channel, make all the money you want in the world. But we're all mortal. We're all mortal. What is going to be your legacy? Oh, he's just a greedy gangster. Oh, no. Be that gangster guy that he's got a Hollywood production team. Go out there and rock and roll. Hey, folks, here I am over here. We just bought 3 acres. We're going to do this and that. Ba, 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 ba. We're going to do this and that and do some good feeling things. Not, he's just selling. And if he's biblical, greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. So he found God in the prison cell. A Bible appeared so he should be biblical literate. Hey, we got Arno Heitman from Germany, NYC crime spot. I've gone international, my friend. I've gone international. I like to have fun here. I wasn't a made guy. I don't claim to be whatever. I try to be entertaining and give my views, try to have a little fun, and that's it. What more do we want out of life? Oh, that's all. Germany's in the house. All right. Thank you, Philly Bob. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. Yeah, like Joey Merlino said, yeah, he found God when he got locked. Yeah. They all find God when they get locked up. Yeah. And then when they get out, they rat again. So, is that biblical? Is that biblically accepted? Is that morally accepted? Or are there justifications why people rat? Well, he's going to rat on me first. Well, no, geez. Yep. Hey, Mr. Garcia. From what I heard, God doesn't look kindly on calling hits on people. Yeah. New York City crime spot. I listen to your show. I've never commented before, but I do find you entertaining, and I commend your consistency. I put them out, Mr. Crime Spot, New York City crime spot. I put them out. I saturate this platform, and I'm just trying to build up. I try to be entertaining. It's not a big production, but I'm confident. And I try to be the real thinker, not get hypnotized by only your schema of thinking on this is what the mob is, this is what Goodfellas is, this is what The Sopranos is, this is what Mike Franzese is, and all that. It's not that. Yes, they're good productions, well written and everything else. Yeah. Yes, I'll give that. No kidding. But there's other mob channels that try to, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to try to hate. But the guy was trying to talk smack about Joy Merlino or Gene Burr. He's talking smack. He's got 70,000 subscribers, the channel. And I'm saying, you can't be an armchair quarterback while you just willy-nilly throw stuff out. No, when you're a person, boots on the ground, rocking and rolling, it's just easy for some of these channel guys that have great historical knowledge and they're great encyclopedias and everything, but you weren't around them guys, bro. So you can't give those statements. You can make other good, legitimate, and relevant statements on that kind of stuff, but you don't have you can't go there, bro, that far. You can't go that far. That's all. So I try to go under a more humanistic look, peel a layer back, a more emotional look than just all what you've been exposed to as the mafia. That's all. And that's why my channel is growing. That's why, because I keep it real. I try to have fun. We try to laugh. We try to share love and compassion. I'm a spiritual person, not a gangster person. That's all. I'm well versed in many fields of knowledge. Smoke too much, drink too much coffee, but I made it this far. I'm going to do what I do till I drop. Forgive me. How do politicians relate to the mob? They didn't agree. The politicians are worse than the mob. They got free reign. The politicians are worse than the mob. Ivan Lord says they're going to need some hot glue and some popsicle sticks to hold up Sammy the Bull pretty soon. Well, Sammy's getting up there in age. I've done some bashing, and you try to get content and put these guys in your thumbnails to piggyback them to get views and subscribers. But that's not my whole thing. That's not my whole thing. I'm made of more than that. I can build up talking about other things. I can build up my brand or whatever, my channel. I could build up and just not ride on these guys' back bashing. You put Mike Franzese in the thumbnail, you're going to get this many views. You put that. I'm going to progress from that. As far as storytelling is, I'm the best out there. Why not? Why not? If I'm wrong, you still got to believe. You still have to believe. How do you think these people that start with nothing made to this and that? They believed. And if I'm wrong, I have fun anyways. I'm 60 years old. This is my hobby. Look at all the videos I put out. And I like to chirp. When I'm done, your ears will be red. Honey, your ears are all red. What's going on? Did you hit your head? No, I was watching that truth serum. He went on for about an hour and 10 minutes. Well, geez, put some lotion on those ears. Come on. Yeah. So, so that's that. That's what I do here. You guys know what I do. I'll just put up. The one guy says, he put in the comments, "Are you just making up stories as you go along?" He said, "Are you just making up the story as you go along?" Well, listen, Billy, if I wasn't that pretty impressive? If I was unedited on the spur of the moment, if I was just making it up, wouldn't that be pretty impressive? What, Yeah, Michael is still obsessed with the mafia. Mr. New York City crime spot, I try to promote certain things of spirituality and raise people up and everything. But he's the anti of that. He's the anti of mob history and the true flavor. He's anti of the true Christian morals and precepts. He's anti. So he portrays this persona, and he's very good at it. He's very good at it. Then he portrays this Christianity type of flavor in there. And it's in reality the opposite. In reality, he's like the charlatan that come into town in the Western days, and they would sell their wares and they'd move on to another town with a covered wagon. He's like the charlatan. And he's good at it. As far as personality and doing a talk show, I'm way better than him. In my view, he's a Mama Luke. He did a short. He did a short, and he's trying to tell the people, oh, if you pour the wine this way, you do this. There ain't no mobster would do that. There's no mobster that would be telling his viewers, you pour the wine like this, it means this. You pour the wine like that. That's all gibberish. It's gibberish. That ain't no guy. He's the go-to for mob stuff. No, you know. Mm-mm. Jeez. Why don't you give us some recipes out of your mafia cookbook, bro? You know, you know. How about spaghetti with rat? You know, with the rat. How about spaghetti? Spaghetti with rat sauce. Put that in your book. Here, let's pour the wine with the pinky up. Here, it's got a great Sauvignon. It's from the southern dried out, droughted fields of the California vineyards. It's got a great bouquet. Here, pour it. Oh no, if you pour it like this, this means this, and if you pour it like this, it means this. This guy's an anti-gangster. Please forgive me, folks, but he's got his niche. I got my niche. That's all. I'm a little immature. I'm only human. I have the same craziness and things like that. I have a brain injury. I'm bipolar, whatever that means. Well, we're all bipolar. We're all capable of demonstrating different emotions, love, hate, anger, and all that. But you know, I'm scattered sometimes. But I don't have an encyclopedia how these people can recall dates and times and places off the top of their head. I don't know where I parked my car yesterday when I leave the store. So I don't have that total recall. Sometimes maybe I dream this stuff up. Everything on my channel is alleged, okay? Yeah. Philly Bob. Of course, my man. Of course, my man. If I isolated you, I apologize. You know I get nuts and stuff, but that wasn't you that made that comment, you know. And even if you did, that's all right. I'm a little nuts, okay? That's all. That's all. It's irrelevant at this point in time. I don't have editors. I don't have production. I don't have any of all that stuff. I don't go back and say, oh, geez, you shouldn't have said this. You shouldn't have said that. Well, whatever. If you like me and you find me entertaining, watch me. If you hit the like button, the subscribe, just hit whatever button it is. It helps me out. I do appreciate that. I appreciate that. Because I think the more subs you get, it feeds on itself, and then it's easier to attract more subs in the algorithm and things like that. So maybe when we get to 1,000, it might be a lot easier to get to 5,000. Okay. Thank you for your good intentions, Mr. Philly Bob. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to rise up and we're going to do it together, and we're going to have a little fun on the way. You know? Everybody's bought and paid for. We're living in an era, this current, I'm not getting political, but if it's the Twilight Zone. And of course, we know and we should be aware of these things that pee us off. And, you know, why should things be like this way and everything? Okay, we're aware of that. We should be knowledgeable about current events. But you guys, you folks have your own family, spouses, children, and things like that. And I throw in a little gravy to say, how can we raise ourselves up in our relationships, in our vocations, in our jobs, in our mental health, struggling with addictions? How can we get to be what we were truly made to be as humans on planet Earth? So I throw that in too, for free. Oh, when you make it big, please don't forget me. Really? 500 videos later? Yeah, okay. You didn't even hit the like button. You didn't even hit the like button, you're whatever. Please forgive me. Yeah, don't forget me. You didn't hit the like button. 400 videos. You're whatever. Don't forget. It's always me, 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 me. Yeah, I'd like some financial support and donations. Yeah, no kidding. But I've done it for you and me, for therapy for myself, talk to people. There's a lot of stressful stuff, PTSD, where sometimes you start thinking about things and why things happened after you were exposed to such events, and then why am I behaving like this? Because you got pent up things, either conscious or subconscious, that then you start behaving in maladaptive behaviors. Why did I do this? I'm a very logical thinking person, but why did I do this? Why am I doing that? Because we're human. We get stressed to a point where it really manifests, and then you're killing yourself. So, you know, thank you, Max. Anybody, just hit any button there is over there. You see a button, hit it, share, and tell your friends. That's all. That's all. I don't get shout outs from other channels and all of that kind of stuff. John A. Light, who people hate, he's just doing his hustle over there. Gave me a shout out once upon a time, a couple months ago. He gave me a shout out, and I appreciate that. He did it out of his heart. He did it out of his heart. That's all. So, coffee, caffeine, nicotine, you know what I mean. So, I feel good about this show, as I always do. I'm a sociable guy. I like to have fun and throw a little love and compassion in there. And hey, Mr. Calandra, I'm trying to get to that 1,000K, Mr. Calandra, a Bath Avenue story. Go check out Jimmy C over there. He's doing his thing. We just like to socialize, and that's all. Yeah, your channel's always you're growing. I'm trying to catch up to you. It's a long road. It's it's uh uh it's hard to get one subscriber. It's hard to get one subscriber, believe me. Yeah. Uh yeah. I don't have the software, Mr. New York City Crime Spot. I don't have the software somehow. Like I could go into my computer and jump in to a three-way. Please forgive me. I mean, whatever the universe offers, it offers. And Mr. Calandra, Jimmy C, a Bath Avenue story. Keep on making videos. All of my videos are allegedly, and uh, if I am making up stories as I go along, ain't that impressive? if I'm making, ain't that impressive? Give me a little credit. I don't have, there's no cut, editing, producers, and all that. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. Craig Patties, how you doing? All right, you keep doing what you're doing, Jimmy C, rocking on and everything. And he knew a lot more guys in the life. He knew a lot more guys intimately in that life. Jimmy Calandra, a Bath Avenue story. So go get some juice. He's entertaining. Go rock on and all this. And and I don't want to. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to go there. You know. I'll give you the alleged story from Florida on Sanibel Island, but it's not a mob related thing. So, oh, okay. And I'm Joseph Monte, Monte, on Facebook. There's a messenger there. Boom, boom, boom. That's a lot easier with this Gmail. I'm an old man. I'm not technical. I was smart once upon a time. I had a brain injury, and it's a put off to me. Tech and all this. I'll rise up someday big enough where I can have an assistant and go, okay, I'm the entertainer. I'm not the tech guy. Like Kurt Cobain. Here we are now, entertain us. So, yeah, Jimmy, You're always gonna get haters. Well, Jimmy Calandra this, bah, 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 bah. If you like his stories and he's entertaining, watch. You can't put it any, these people want you to change their diapers and put a bottle in their mouth and put them to sleep like a little baby. If you like them, you watch. If you don't, you don't. That's all. Hey, James McCarthy, I was wondering where you've been. Thank you, man. James McCarthy. I tried to Google your name, bro. I mean, there's a lot of James McCarthys out there. I'm trying to figure out who you are. Thank you for your support, my man. Thank you for your support. I got nothing better to do all day than look at the four walls. It's snowing and raining and everything else. So, yeah. So that's that. All right, Jimmy C. James, man. Thank you, James McCarthy. I want to pay you back someday, man. I'm going to pay you back, Mr. McCarthy. Oh, you notice how I say Mr. when somebody gives a super chat, but that's a good, classy guy. Sorry you came in late, James. I have a brother named James, and boy, it's all good stuff, good feeling stuff. So I was talking about the degenerate gamblers running around and everything. Hey, Mr. Farmer, how's it going? To the farmers out there, the backbone of America and the world. So, all right, I appreciate that. We like to have fun over here, and I always say, "Oh, Joe, I'm only going to do a 20-minute video, and then it goes to an hour." And I'm like, well, I enjoy the people. I enjoy the people. I like to rock and roll. I like to rock and roll. I see my buddy pull up to pick me up or come up. I hug him. Get off me, Joe. Get off me. I hug him. Hey, come here. Get off me. Well, the wise guys, they couldn't do that with that. One time I tried, Yeah. Thank you, Mardo. I wish you a good weekend too. I like to have fun and enjoy. And yeah, I was screwing around. A guy was in a crew, a wise guy, and we're gambling everything. We're making money and everything's all fun. And, the horse won. We made some money. My man, all right here. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing, JoJo? Well, I was gonna hug you. Are you a little fruity, Joe? No, no, no. No. Hey, Max Meeks, thank you, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that, my good people. So he went back to the club or something, and he was telling some other guy, oh, well, now I don't have anything against whatever people's preference are and all that kind of stuff. Okay, people are people. I'm not going to change them. I got to do my thing. He went to the club and he's telling these guys, oh, that Joe. Well, I was like, because some of the girls would hit on me at the club, like if there was a restaurant and stuff like that. And some of the girls would hit on me. And I didn't want any part of any girl being around any club to have any kind of relationship with. And some of them were beautiful and real sexy. So they were like, what's wrong with that Joe? Some of it. Well, there's some, that Joyce, she's beautiful. We've all been trying to get her, and she was all over Joe, and he like refused and backed out. What's wrong with that Joe? What's wrong with that Joe? They're like, whoa, hold on a minute here. I was like, no. So, I'm gonna do a video about were there gays in the mob for another day. That's all. Thank you, Philly Bob. Thank you, Max Meeks. Thank you, James McCarthy. Man, geez, I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. You guys know I appreciate it. And will you, Max? I mean, not man. James McCarthy. Joe, were you pouring the wine? Check out that short from Mike. I mean, my mind is torn. Be lovable. You talk about spreading love and compassion, the truth serum, and then you're still throwing jabs in. But what are you gonna do? I gotta have content. But you guys got to watch that 1 minute short. He's pouring the wine with the pinky. Well, if you pour it like this, it means something like in the mob. It's got to be some kind of mob thing. These gangsters weren't concerned about wine. 8% of them gangsters drank wine, and if they did it at home with their grandparents that were in the culture of that, as just respect of the culture of the Italians that used to have wine on the dinner table. Other than that, they weren't at the clubs drinking wine, Mr. Franzese. Hey, Sal, the bartender. How come all the bartenders' name are Sal? Sal, listen, we're gonna get around here. Get Tony a vodka and iced tea. Get this guy. Give Jimmy a rum and coke, and give Joey a red wine with a fresh bouquet. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Good old Mike Franzese says, well, they used to drink the wine at the sit downs to decrease the stress. Okay. Yeah. AH Farmer, I just went back and saw NYC Crime Spot was talking to you. He's one of the best content creators on here and a good guy as well. Highly recommend it. You check him out and collaborate with him. I'm open. Thank you, man. Thank you. We're a community. Let's just go for where it goes. So that's that. I'm gonna if I'm gonna have to shame. Oh man, Mr. Crime Spot. I'm writing down all these things and I'm gonna pay everybody back. This is towards your next bottle of Franzese pomegranate Armenian wine. This is unedited, man. Just when you thought you were out, Chaz pulled you back in. Oh Lord, I'm gonna have. Oh man, I love you. I love you guys. I appreciate financial support and everything else, but I value laughter and friendship a lot more. Yes, I need to pay some bills. Okay, I understand that. But at the end of the day, I love the action. I love the action. I've been that way. Look, I'm ready to cry. I got to stop this stuff. What am I, a wimp? I'm a little wimp. Please forgive me. I'm a wimp. I love that though. That's the fabric of life. That's what I was taught and nurtured by a single mother with 5 children. That makes me excited. Yes, money comes in handy. So I'm gonna look up that prominent or pomegranate American wine. I don't wish any ill will or stuff on these gangsters and content. I'm trying to do the YouTube game and learn as I go and try to raise up and just get a little brand in there. Hey, what's my brand? What am I? Can I do this? It's an experiment. I did it for my own therapy. I did it to kill time. I did it to market and stuff like that. So, and where it goes, it goes. And it takes a lot to get one subscriber. It takes a lot. 99% of the YouTube channels that start up fail. They couldn't get 3 subscribers in a year. It's a tough thing. You're not on the algorithm. People aren't sharing. There's not a lot of word of mouth. It's just tough. It's just tough. Oh, Sammy, you're full of baloney. Oh, wow. The guy said sooner or later they're going to be propping him up on popsicle sticks to do the interview. Eh, you know, is it therapy for him? Very one of the most highest recognizable names, not only on mob YouTube, social platforms in the world. In the world, if you were in Australia and says, well, "Do you know a name of a gangster in America?" They might say Al Capone, and they might say Sammy the Bull Gravano, and they might say John Gotti. So that's that. We're at an hour and 20 minutes. Uh, thank you, New York City Crime Spot, Ivan Lord, IH Farmer. Thank you for that, Finn. In the mob, $5 is a, you probably already know that. $5 is a Finn, 10 is a sawbuck, 100 is a yard, and maybe 1,000 is a dime. So thank you, Max Meats, Craven come in here. Hey, FW Fred, how'd you sneak in here, Fred? Max Meeks, Phil, James McCarthy. Were you pouring the wine correctly? I don't know. I wrote a great book. It's a memoir. I wrote a nice book. I'm an author. I wrote a book. It's on Amazon. They dead miss, But where it goes, it goes. I still believe I'm a blessed person to be alive, having fun, doing a nice hobby I enjoy. I have a beautiful child that's an adult now, and she still says, "I love you, Daddy." That makes me the richest man in the world. She still says, "I love you, Daddy," like she's 7 years old. "I love you, Daddy." She's an adult. So that's my, money comes in handy. Yes, Yeah, we'll do that, New York City Crime Spot. We'll do that, my man. We'll do that. We'll rise up together, bro. We'll rise up together. You got to start somewhere. We'll rise up. That's all. Come to the right place, and I'll go there. I'll go to the right place. So that's it. We're going to blow this. I started off, I was trying to bunt singles. I'm trying to bunt for a single to get on first base in the YouTube world, start a channel. I'm starting to bunt. But now I hit a single. I hit a single. I'm on first base. Now I'm trying to hit a double and boom. But after 1,000K, we're just gonna boom. They're all going. They're all grand slams. They're all grand slams. That's all. They're all grand slams. I could handle a talk show, a network talk show with producers and cameras and editing and all. I do this with nothing. That's a layup to me. That's a layup. That's a layup. I do this with the least amount of resources you could have. But it also works for me. That's my niche. I'm grassroots, and that's what you might perceive this channel as being. So thank you. I'll check that out, Mr. Crime Spot, New York, NYC, and that's that. I don't like repeating old other people's names. I'm not going to start running out names, first and last names of people. We'll talk about that one, but that's it. I'm stuck in my ways. However I grow according to those ways is how I'll accept it. But I'm stuck in my ways, about that. So, so, driving them guys around. Well, my charge is running out. I got somebody in my driveway waiting for me to open up the door. Do you have more? Hey, what am I wearing the same shirt? Uh, do you have more than 2 shirts? I don't have a big wardrobe. Sometimes I look back at the other video and say, oh, I can't wear that shirt twice. But geez, I do videos every day. I got a lot of shirts in there, but I just want to, I don't know. I mean, I want to look presentable. And the hair's not porcupine. The hair's not porcupine on the side today. Got to get some gel, but you know, you get older, you don't want to give up on trying to look presentable and that. You know, sometimes you get the case of the F it's or who cares, but I want to be presentable. Look at, and then the teeth. Geez, what are you going to do? Caffeine, nicotine. Hey, you're always fighting. You're always fighting. But I'm rising up with whatever I got. So I'm rising. So yeah, the porcupine is bad. The porcupine. You can't even get a good haircut. Well, one of my uncles, second uncles, was a master barber back in the day. And my mom's cousin was a barber for the stars. A barber for the stars. And then you go to these cookie cutter shops and they just hack you. They hack you up. So we're going to leave it at that. I appreciate your support, your views, everything like that. And we'll get together and we'll rock and roll again. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I always say, be the kings and queens of your world. The world is a vampire. It wants that blood. But yes, we can play the Ave Maria Boohoo Sonata. We can play it. Poor me, poor me, poor me. Yes. And people get stuck in that. We got to fight back. We got to raise our thinking up. We got to remember where we came from, what we are meant to be, and what we can achieve. We got to remember that. Yeah, you're going to get a lot thrown at you, but you got to get it here. Put it here first and let it manifest out into the matrix universe. So that's that. Whatever you participate in your job, your relationships, your parenting, family, you can get there. You can get there. Don't give up. Don't give up. I'm not even supposed to be alive, let alone have some kind of thinking apparatus. So there is a spiritual realm out there. The spiritual realm is more influential in this physical world than you'd like to believe. That's another 8 million videos. Thank you, folks. Thank you for the new people that come in here. Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate it. They will go to good use. You know that. And we'll get together again. And that's that. We're gonna keep the bus going. Everybody jump aboard, and we're gonna just ride this bus and see what happens. Tell some stories, have a good laugh, and try to rock and roll a little bit. All right. The Senecas. Thank you, James McCarthy. I really appreciate it. Check me out on Facebook. Message me. We could chop it up over there too. Thank you.